guys, Midwest Picker here. You can see I've rearranged my office. The photo booth is no longer over here. It's now behind the camera in a different part. Moved things around. I went through all my inventory. So if you don't know this, on eBay's website, if you use the seller hub, there's a way you can add custom columns, and I added a SKU column. I think that's how you say it, SKU. And then I put the location of all of my inventory. So over here, and maybe I'll show a video later, I have bins, and they're all labeled A1, A2, A3, and over here it's C1, C2, C3. So I spent about 2 hours on a Saturday, went through all my bins, found my inventory, and then I put the custom location. I don't know how many times, 9:30 at night, I'll sell something and I'll go to look for it and I can't find it. I'll spend like an hour going crazy looking for this stupid item, and I finally find it and I package it up, and it's past my bedtime. Well, now everything is inventoried, so when I sell something, only I can see it. It'll show B3 or C5 or whatever, so I can just grab it within seconds and package it up. So that's awesome. So if you don't sell that many items, you probably don't need to have an inventory system on your seller hub. I have 197 items. I should go up to 250 because that's what I pay for, so I got to get listing and get my death pile on there. So that's one piece of advice I have, is you can take advantage of eBay's inventory system and find your items quickly instead of scrambling to find it. The other thing I discovered is when I went through my inventory, all 197 items, I discovered some problems. Like I have LED light bulbs listed, 2 of them, and I could not find them. They're gone. I probably sold them and I messed up, so I pulled that listing down, thank goodness. Other things I thought were lost, and I pulled the listings down, I found them, so I put them back up. So it's kind of nice to go through your inventory and figure out what you got. So yeah, the photo booth is no longer there. I got a new album right here. Quick story on that. I went to a thrift store, and they always have signs out front every week, 50% off furniture, 50% off clothing. And me and my daughter went last Saturday, and it was 50% off framed art. So I'm always looking for something to put on the wall here. Anything old, interesting, pretty cool. Right here is a boilerplate. That's a figure of speech, but it's actually a real thing. It's bolted right to a boiler with instructions on how to use the boiler. It's pretty cool. That's in my Burley Park video. Maybe I'll put the episode up here. Oh yeah, so we were looking at the framed art and 50% off. So most of it was stuff I didn't want, wasn't interested in. Got to the man cave section and I saw this. And that is the soundtrack to the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And it's the LP cover, album cover, framed up, just like all my other ones here. I don't know if the vinyl record is in there or not. I don't know. But it was $14. I brought it to the front counter, and I asked the lady, I said, do you consider this framed art? And she said, yeah, why not? So she sold it to me for $7. So it's up here. Maybe I'll show you. You can see the other albums there. Yeah. So I'm probably going to mess up my tripod location now. So yeah, I added it to the wall. It's pretty cool. So before I get into what sold on eBay and put the pictures up here, really quick, I'm going to tell you what I did not buy. So I started adding features to my videos of when I source items, what I paid for it, what I'm going to list it for, and then I tell you how much it weighs and how much it'll probably ship for, or how it will ship. So I'm going to tell you some of the things that I found sourcing thrift stores, estate sales, wherever, things that I picked up, considered, looked up comps or didn't, and then put it back. So that's part of picking and reselling. You have to know when to walk away. So the first one was a Kirby Heritage Power Sander, and I'll try to put a picture of it up here maybe. It was $12, and I thought, it's pretty old, it's in the box, it's got the instructions. I put it in my little grocery cart, and as I'm shopping and looking around the thrift store, I thought, you know what, I'm going to look it up. So I looked it up on eBay real quick, and it was selling anywhere from $20 to $30. And for $12, for me personally, the margins are just too tiny. It could possibly never sell or take forever. They only had a few solds. So I put it back. It's just one thing I just didn't want to deal with. The other one is a drill. This was kind of funny. So this was at a thrift store, a vintage power drill from the 1950s. Really cool if you wanted to keep it. It had a metal box that it came in, the instructions, it still worked, and it had a sign that said manager special, only $50. And that caught my attention. I thought, So I looked at it, looked at the name, the brand, quick looked it up on eBay as I walked away to look at other stuff, and they were selling anywhere from $18 to $30. So I dodged a bullet with that one, unless I wanted to keep it, but I'm not in the business of spending $50 on keepers right now, so I left it. So that's just a quick lesson. Sometimes you get auction fever, you get excited, you see something that's old with the original box, the price seems pretty good. Everything else in the thrift store or the garage sale or whatever is just modern stuff, and then you see this vintage thing and you're like, wow, I bet I'll get a ton of money for that. Lesson, just because it's really old, just because it has the original box, is not a guarantee that it's going to sell for a lot of money. It's not a guarantee that people even want it and will buy it. That's just the sad truth. So you'll see a lot of this stuff at estate sales, especially. Old guys like me will hoard and collect things, and guys in their 80s and 90s will have stuff from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you think, wow, that's really cool. It is cool if you want to keep it, but it's not necessarily going to sell. So next is what sold. I'll put pictures right up here. The first one is a solid brass money clip. This is from the Frontier Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. I think it went out of business and it's been imploded. But I went to an auction in March. Real old video, I think episode 3 or 4 on my channel here. I show some clips of that. It was in Big Rapids, Michigan. I about froze to death. It was like 8 or 9 hours, but anyway, you don't care about that. So I bought a box full of belt buckles and money clips and knives and just a bunch of stuff for $10. When I got home, I discovered there was about 9 belt buckles and about 5 money clips that were solid brass, all from the Frontier Hotel and Casino. Apparently this guy liked that kind of stuff, so I put them up on eBay. Not fast sellers at all. This is the first thing that has sold since March, and we're talking November of 2019. Sold it for $7, not bad. But did I say what I paid? I think so. $10 for the whole box of stuff. So once this stuff starts selling, I'll get my money back, but it is a really slow seller. Next one are LED bulbs. This was a retail arbitrage. I don't recommend this. This was a grocery store that was tired of looking at all of this merchandise that wasn't selling. They marked it down 75% off, put it on a big cart. These are GE, I believe, LED bulbs that are called sticks. They're kind of tall and skinny. I got them pretty cheap, but they just didn't sell. I don't even know what I paid, $4 or $5, I think. And it listed for $12.95, and the guy offered me 6, and I countered with 8, and he countered with 7, and I took it. I was just tired of looking at them, so I let those go. Probably broke even on that. Next one right here is another retail arbitrage, Dr. Scholl's. These are like heel shoe inserts. Paid $3 or $4 for this. They had like a pile of them at a big box pharmacy, and it was clearance 75% off, and I was smart. I only bought one just to test the waters, really, and that was a year ago, and I just sold it for $11.99, so I don't recommend that. Next one is a really hot item. This is Super Mario Brothers Christmas bulbs, 4 to a box, and I bought, let's see, what did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4. I bought 4 boxes. Paid $4 for the pair, and I put it up for $19.95, and it sold in an hour. I think it was a gentleman in Japan, and he went through global shipping program, and I charged $19.95 plus $5 first class shipping. It barely made it 15.5 ounces. I just got under the line for a first class, but then they show you what your customer actually pays through a global shipping program. This poor guy paid $23 shipping from the facility in Kentucky to Japan, so he really paid up. He paid a ton of money for these things, but they sold super quick. So if you list something and it sells really fast, like within minutes or even a couple hours, you probably listed it too cheap, which is fine. That happens. If it's a really hot, popular item, you might want to consider listing it as an auction, because if people are competing, the price will really go up. If you don't get the price you want, say I list this at an auction starting bid $18 and nobody bids, no problem. You just relist it as a buy it now as $19.95 and just let it simmer and somebody will buy it. The second group, I put another 2 boxes up, and it only took a day, and they sold, bam, right away. These people are not sending me offers, they're paying full price, so I sold the second one. So that's $40 plus $5 shipping, $8 into it, so I made a good margin on that. The last item are these shop vac reusable shop vac filters. Got these at a thrift store for 99 cents. I didn't even look them up. They were sealed brand new in the pack. I knew they were worth more than 99 cents. Just threw them in my cart and paid for it. When I got home, I looked them up. Listed them for $9.95. Took about a month, and they sold plus shipping on top. So that's it, guys, for the video. What I did not buy and I walked away from. I'm going to try to research those 2 items and put pictures up here, but I don't want to put a picture of not the exact item, but you get the idea, even without pictures. And then that's what's sold on eBay. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time here, go to my first video, episode 1. It explains what this whole channel is about. And put questions down in the comments. I love to answer questions. My email is down below. Shoot me questions through email or in the comments section. My Instagram is below. So when I sell something, I post it on Instagram within probably an hour or 2, so you'll know right away what good bolos are or what's selling and what's hot on eBay. You don't have to wait a whole week for a video to come out. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Midwest Picker. See you next time.